Hello to everyone. I hope that you are doing well these days. And I'm Carla Quetzal, and in this presentation, I will going to talk about Amsterdam as an historical place. With this, I want to mean that in Amsterdam there are many places which once are part of his history. The next part is the introduction. Amsterdam is one of the best tourist destinations to go around the world and is the capital of Netherlands. Around his neighborhoods, we can look and search about his history, culture, and lifestyles. So, this presentation is divided in three parts. First, where is Amsterdam? Second, history of Amsterdam. And three, where go in Amsterdam. After that, I will explain a conclusion. The first part is where is Amsterdam? And Amsterdam is in Europe and is the capital of Netherlands. A curious fact of Amsterdam is that this city has more canals than Venezia. It maybe sounds crazy, but it's true. This city also had a very important events in its history, like the tulip crisis. It's an event where the Dutch people used the tulips like money, and we I going to talk about it more later. Well, about the history of Amsterdam, which is the next part, and I want to tell you that in the past, Amsterdam beginning when some traders who arrived to Amsterdam River start charging trolls to other traders who carried beer and herring. In this event, development and increased economic of Amsterdam and is the first fact of the history of the city. In the third part of this presentation, I will explain about where going in Amsterdam. The first place is Westergas. It was a gas industrial center in the 19th century, but in 23 it became a tourist place, and you can go and enjoy of a coffee or go in a restaurant, a museum, etc. But you you can be next to this old place and know about how the, the people work in this industrial center. The second place is Museum Plain. In this place, there are the most important museums of Amsterdam, like the Van Gogh Museum, Rijksmuseum Museum, and Settling Museum, and the Royal Concertgebouw. Maybe my pronunciation is bad, but you can read in the presentation. The Rijksmuseum is the museum of the modern art, and you can learn about contemporary Dutch culture. The Van Gogh Museum, you can watch and listen about the history of Van Gogh and the painting of Van Gogh, and talk about the history of Netherlands too. So you can learn of the Dutch culture with the same Dutch culture. The third place is Anne Frank houses, and this house she and her family lived for 2 years when they decide hide from the Nazis. And this is an important place in Amsterdam which talk about the history of this city in middle of the Second World War. And and it's important go inside with respect and being careful. The fourth place is the tulip fields in general. Um, the historical event around the tulips is that in the past the Dutch people used for bought things. Literally, they used to buy things with tulips. And you can look at this type of flowers in fights like Bolland Street or in middle of Amsterdam. As conclusion, I want telling you that Amsterdam has become a very wonderful and beautiful city, but it's important that we remember Amsterdam for his culture too, not only because it looks pretty in pictures. I don't know. We need be or have respect with the Dutch culture of the city.